Hi everyone, and welcome. I'm Dr. Alfred and Cecchetti, the tech wizard in this dynamic duo. I've spent years studying database development, statistics, information technology, programming, and artificial intelligence. I have a master's degree in biostatistics and informatics and a PhD in information management. My 40 plus years of work experience include heading university data centers, industry consultation, and teaching at the master's level.
And I'm Tana, your friendly neighborhood elementary school teacher with a master's degree in curriculum design and over 39 years of elementary school teaching experience. I'm here to ensure that everything that we discuss today is practical, effective, and classroom ready. We are creating this video to help teach elementary 5th and 6th grades teachers how to use artificial intelligence in their classroom. Remember, you can stop this video and rewind it anytime if we move too fast for you.
For today's video, we are using the words artificial intelligence tool and ChatGPT interchangeably, as they are types of artificial intelligence tools. Many other artificial tools are available, but we feel it's easier to use a freely available one, and we have found that ChatGPT works well for this presentation. Today's objective is to provide an overview of how artificial intelligence works and demonstrate how to use artificial intelligence tools to create easy and exciting quizzes or tests for your students. We want you to know that everything we present in this series meets your state's teaching standards. Now today, we're going to focus on Ohio, but we can modify our talks based on your state. We know how important it is for your lessons to align with required curricula while still engaging your students.
Absolutely. We'll show you how to use AI tools to enhance your teaching, not replace it, while complying with educational guidelines. After all, artificial intelligence isn't just about innovation, it's about supporting you as the amazing educator you are.
Before we explain how to use artificial intelligence in the classroom, we would like to describe how it works briefly. Imagine artificial intelligence like ChatGPT as a super smart librarian who has read millions of books from a gigantic library. The librarian doesn't just read books. The librarian also knows how to have great conversations with every visitor who walks in. Over time, the librarian has learned how to put words together in a way that makes sense.
Just like this librarian, ChatGPT has learned from a vast amount of information and uses that knowledge to answer questions, help with writing, and even explain things in a different way. While AI doesn't think like a person, it's good at recognizing patterns and giving helpful responses based on what it has learned, just like a well-read librarian who always has the perfect book to recommend. When you ask the librarian questions, they don't just grab one book and read random sentences. First, the librarian figures out precisely what you're asking. If you ask about dinosaurs, the librarian will search their mental library for everything that they've learned about them.
Next, the librarian thinks about the best way to share the information. Do you want a simple sentence, or would it be better to see the information in some sort of table? In our example, we'll output this in sentences. So, the librarian carefully pieces words together in a way that makes sense, just like a good writer creating a clear and helpful response. The librarian knows which words are commonly used together, like dinosaurs and fossils, and tries to form a coherent sentence. The librarian then uses patterns from millions and millions of books to decide which words should follow a sentence.
For example, if the librarian sees dinosaurs are, the librarian knows the next word might be something like big, ancient, or extinct, based on what the librarian has learned by reading those millions and millions of books. By testing different combinations of words in the librarian's mind, the librarian chooses the best answer to share with you. Using this method, the librarian gives you information that brings the dinosaurs to life. In short, ChatGPT is like a helpful librarian who uses their big reading brain to combine the right words and to give you answers in clear sentences. Just like a librarian needs instructions to find the right book, ChatGPT needs clear directions to give the best response. We do this by creating a prompt.
A prompt is like giving instructions to a helpful assistant who is ready to complete a task. It tells the assistant precisely what you need, providing details, background information, or specific questions to guide their response. Like a great assistant, the more precise your instructions, the better and more helpful the answer will be. Think of a prompt as a conversation starter where you explain what you need, share important details, and describe how you'd like it done. For example, if you ask an assistant to draw a picture, you wouldn't just say draw something. Instead, you would describe what you want, the colors, objects, and style. A prompt works the same way by helping ChatGPT understand your request. The more specific and detailed your prompt, the better the response. It's like a teamwork process. ChatGPT relies on your clear input to give you the best answer.
Artificial intelligence can be a helpful librarian, but it will never replace the elementary school teachers because teachers do so much more than just sharing knowledge about reading, writing, and math. Teachers are like Swiss Army knives in human form. They're versatile, essential, and always ready to fix whatever needs fixing. They don't just teach, they shape young minds into the young adults of tomorrow. After all, who else could convince 25 kids to eat their broccoli and remember to carry the one in math? Teachers build social and emotional skills like teaching kids to share crayons without starting a full-blown custody battle. They encourage critical thinking because when a student asks, "But why can't I eat glue?" teachers somehow guide them toward the right answer and a clean palate. They are the unsung heroes of fairness and the golden rule, even when enforcing it during dodgeball feels like leading a mini peace treaty negotiation. Teachers teach responsibility and accountability because turning in a homework assignment, even if it's a stick figure of just the drawing of the family dog, is one big step towards success. They turn conflicts into teachable moments, helping students go from, "I don't want to play with you," to, "Hey, let's solve this like the tiny diplomats that we are." They inspire curiosity through macaroni art or by answering, "Why is the sky blue?" and sometimes Googling it themselves. Most importantly, teachers see the potential in every child, spotting the budding artist, the future scientist, and the class clown, and helping each child shine. In short, elementary school teachers are mentors, guides, and superheroes in disguise, juggling a million things at once, always with a smile and maybe a coffee IV on standby. While AI can assist with learning, it will never replace the heart, the humor, and human touch that only a teacher can bring. We're here to show you how AI can enhance your classroom. In today's presentation, we will show how artificial intelligence can help you customize tests and quizzes to make learning more meaningful and engaging for your students. Artificial intelligence can enhance your classroom by weaving these qualities about teachers that we just mentioned into any test or quiz that you create for your 5th or 6th grade students. This will make assessments more engaging, meaningful, and personalized to support their learning journey.
Today, we're starting with something we know teachers everywhere can appreciate: saving time. Specifically, we'll show you how to turn your teaching sources into fully functional and customized quizzes or tests in just minutes. Artificial intelligence gives you many options for creating educational materials like quizzes and tests. Now you can purchase pre-made programs with standardized templates or use ChatGPT to create customized quizzes tailored to your students' need. While pre-made programs can save time, they often limit creativity and flexibility. Now, using something like ChatGPT allows you to design engaging, relevant, and adaptable quizzes for any situation. In this video, We'll focus on using ChatGPT to customize quizzes in a way that excites and motivates students. Consider today's discussion as if you are a baker designing a cake for a special occasion. Just as a cake can be personalized for a birthday or a wedding, a ChatGPT quiz can be adjusted to match your classroom's mood and needs. For example, if students struggle with behavior, you can subtly incorporate positive reinforcement into the quiz. You can add themed questions to build excitement if a holiday is approaching. If something noteworthy happens in the local community, you can integrate it into the quiz to make learning more meaningful. With any AI program, or especially in this case ChatGPT, you can make quizzes fun, relevant, and engaging for your students.
Let's be honest, if I had a nickel for every time I spent an evening manually crafting a quiz, I could probably fund my classroom supplies for the next decade.
Before we start, let me also mention that you can pause this video or email us at the link below if you have any questions. Now here's how artificial intelligence works. To make artificial intelligence work for you, you must give it clear instructions about what you want it to do. We do this by creating a prompt. It's like giving written instructions to a helpful assistant. The prompt will create the presentation, guiding artificial intelligence to generate the right content. Once created, prompts can be reused, saving time and making it easy to adjust or improve future presentations. Now we're going to start to design some of our prompts. And for that, we're going to ask our four little friends here to help us.
Simple. We will create our first prompt and create a simple 20 test question quiz on latitude and longitude. Now initially, the easiest way to do this is to open ChatGPT and simply ask ChatGPT to create a 20 question quiz on latitude and longitude. As we mentioned earlier, ChatGPT depends on a vast library that has access to billions of documents. When we ask a simple question like this, it will go into that enormous library, creating an elementary test for us. Here, we will type out this line, creates a 20 question quiz that references latitude and longitude. ChatGPT produces 20 questions that can be used, and the answer is straightforward. Remember, ChatGPT in this case covers the entire library that it has, but for a 5th grade or 6th grade teacher, you might want to take that information and reduce it to questions that a 5th grade or 6th grade student could answer. We direct ChatGPT to focus on 5th grade instead of using that vast library by adding to the prompt in the command, show 5th grade library. Now to do that, we tell ChatGPT that you are doing this as a 5th grade teacher. ChatGPT will now focus on reducing the library size and use only a 5th grade library to create latitude and longitude questions. We can save this file and call it 20 questions. Moderate.
Now, we can go a step further. We can take the information that ChatGPT just gave us and go to the internet to gather articles that might express a theme or have a variation of questions about latitude and longitude that we like. This would allow us to tailor the questions for our 5th grade students' use. For example, we are going to use one of the teacher sites online and will download a particular teacher's document with latitude and longitude questions that we found interesting. Any document you think would work nicely with a latitude and longitude quiz would work. An article about the Caribbean islands or a major city would also work, providing a location that ChatGPT can use to generate a question. Once the file is downloaded, you can upload it to ChatGPT. We can upload both files, the one we downloaded from the internet and the one we created. Now we can do that by clicking on this little button and uploading the files from the computer. Then we will put our prompt back in.
We can continue to tailor the output by referencing our location. In this case, we will use Ohio. Since we want to customize the test questions, we can enter this command to force ChatGPT to create new questions. Do not use the questions in the file, but generate new questions based on Ohio. Use the attached files and create 20 questions based on this file. You could have used your city or any place that you think 5th grade students would enjoy, like an amusement park or a town where their school is located. As we mentioned in our baking cake example, these additions provide sprinkles and other decorations on our cake and can produce a quiz that excites students and keeps them interested in learning. Complex.
Now, let's make the quiz even more enjoyable. I would do that by adding the students' first names to the quiz. Here we added some made-up children's names and a made-up school name. Now I want to see more than just the questions and answers. I want the output that we're creating structured so I can see the questions and then the answers, because we want to be able to add more information about the quiz to the output. I'm going to do that by creating an Excel file sheet. Now you can output information from ChatGPT into Word or some other format, such as a PDF or even a programming language script. I like Excel because it's a convenient way to see everything. And for this exercise, we're going to add more columns to the Excel output. We also added a column called file name to the question and a column called answer because we want ChatGPT to tell us which source it is drawing the questions from, and we also want to be able to see the answers that it generated. If we don't like the questions, it's easy to change the source of these questions by modifying either the input prompt or doing something with that prompt.
Epic. Now we can add information that your administrators or school stakeholders will like. Using this prompt, we created the standards column, which lists the specific Ohio 5th grade social studies curriculum standards for each question. We focus on geographic literacy concepts like latitude, longitude, and maps in this case. Each question should reference a different standard to ensure variety and full curriculum coverage. In Bloom's taxonomy column, we identify which of the 6 cognitive levels the question aligns with: remembering, understanding, applying, analyzing, evaluating, or creating. The prompt ensures that each question is assigned a different level to encourage diverse thinking skills. In the learning level column, the prompt creates the question as approaching, on level, or beyond, depending on how it aligns with the student's learning expectations. We want to ensure that all 3 levels are represented to support a range of student abilities.
Now, let's open the Excel file. Here are the columns that we find: questions, a column answers, and also which file was used to generate the questions. This means if we don't like the answer, we can put another file in or do something else with it. We have entered Ohio's 5th grade social studies curriculum specific standards. We have also added information about Bloom taxonomy. Finally, we've added another column called the learning level. This is useful when you want to talk to the administrators or the parents and explain the difficulty of the test. ChatGPT has created test questions, answers, and the justifications for each question.
Within minutes, you've got a test. ChatGPT scans your documents, looks for the key content, such as bullet points about latitude and longitude, generates questions and answers, and adds administrative information. As we mentioned, we also asked the artificial intelligence tool to add state-specific information that can be used to justify each question to your administrator or school stakeholders along with the difficulty that each question represents. No red ink, no late nights, and no wondering why you signed up for this profession. But wait, there's more.
The questions could be tailored to multiple choice, true or false, or short answers. Most importantly, you can add the qualities mentioned above to customize your tests and quizzes and provide meaningful content for your students.
For example, artificial intelligence can use prompts to ask questions that describe appropriate behavior in students, the importance of completing homework, and why it is essential to listen to all the school instructions. Here, we have added another file that describes the proper behavior of fifth grade students in class. We do this by adding another file that contains rules for fifth grade students and ask ChatGPT to add some of these rules to the quiz. You can also have questions tailored to a local holiday, season of the year, or even an event happening the day of the test. You can export the test as a printable PDF or formatted Word document or upload it directly to your classroom's digital platform.
We plan to present videos showing how artificial intelligence can help 5th and 6th grade teachers become more productive and save time in their classrooms. Here are some examples that we'd like to present. Let us know in your comments below or email us and tell us if there are other areas of interest. Online surveys and AI-assisted grading. We can show how teachers can create online surveys to generate tests and leverage AI for grading and feedback. Bilingual test creation with AI. We can demonstrate how to use artificial intelligence to create bilingual tests for students who speak languages other than English. Theme test creation with artificial intelligence. We can show how artificial intelligence can create tests with different themes, such as home-centered or sports-centered, with the same questions being created in each different theme, but also having the same exact answers. So we can use these other themes to respond to diverse student interests. We can use a robotic dog for programming and computer concepts. We can use concepts of using an outside prompt, such as a robotic dog or any other robotic type animal, to teach programming and computer science basics.
Humor in STEM testing with AI. We can demonstrate how AI can add humor to STEM-based tests to make learning fun and engaging. Personalized reading comprehension tests. We can show teachers how AI can generate personalized reading comprehension tests based on a student's reading level and their interests. Historical role-playing and AI. We can teach how AI can help create interactive, history-based role-playing scenarios. Environmental science and AI. We can demonstrate how AI can support environmental education and awareness. Creative writing in AI. We can inspire teachers to use AI to support creative writing exercises. Thanks so much for watching. If you found this helpful, give us a thumbs up and share it with your fellow teachers, and subscribe for more AI tips and tricks. And don't miss our next video. AI just isn't intelligent. It's your new best helper in the classroom. Let's be honest, anything that saves us from taking work home over the weekend is well worth it. Don't worry, this AI tool won't take over your job. It's here to make sure that you get home before dark for once. And you could even use the extra time saved to finish that coffee that you started at 7 a.m.
See you next time.